Hi, today I'm going to show you guys how to make a sign like this using your Cricut. So first I'm going to lay my sign down and I'm going to take my stain. I've just got a little thing of wood stain and it is oil based and it is the Kona color. I'm just going to take any type of paintbrush. I'm just using a small one and I'm just going to begin painting it. You don't have to paint it in any certain way. You really just need to cover the whole surface. Now, if I was wanting to paint half of it stain, and then I could use like an acrylic paint to paint a portion of it, like if I wanted to paint the bottom a blue or red, anything like that, I would just leave half of it blank and I would use the acrylic on the other half. But for this sign, I'm just going to make it look a little more classic and I'm going to just use the stain to cover the whole surface. So that is what I'm doing now. This is the easiest part, the quickest thing to do about the sign. So I'm doing that first and then we're just going to set the sign aside and let it dry. So I'm almost finished with the stain. And you really don't even need that much. I'm just putting one small layer of stain on. And just like that, we have the whole surface covered with the stain. And it's just gonna look like this. So we're just gonna set that part aside and we're gonna start working with the machine. So I already have a part pulled up and I use Cricut Design Space on my computer. It's like this. You can really do whatever design you want. You can use whatever font you want. For this, I'm using a font and it is one that makes it look like a child wrote it. And as you can see, I wrote my kid's name and I'm gonna make a sign for his door, for his bedroom. So there is a little green button right up here and I'm gonna hit make it. And that's gonna send the design over to my machine. So while that is trying to connect, I'm going to get my grip pad, just a grip pad. It's pretty sticky, and you just take a little bit of vinyl, and for this one I'm just going to use white and it's just going to look a little bit more classic. So I'm just going to stick my vinyl onto my grip pad, just smooth it out, make sure it's on there well, and it's on there. So I'm just going to stick it in the front of my machine. I'm gonna try and angle this so you guys can see it a little bit better. And I'm gonna put it in there. And then there is a little button right here. If you can see it, it's blinking. I'm gonna press that button and it's gonna pull this grip pad and it's gonna lock it into the machine. So then there's another button blinking here. And I just press that and that makes it start. It's gonna go into the machine. It's gonna cut out the design. And that's pretty much all you do. If you can see this, it's moving. That's cutting out the design. This is typically the longest part. It really just depends on the design that you did choose. And like I said, I just did my son's name, so it should be fairly quick. And if I go look at this, it will just show me the progress. So right now it says that it is cutting and it's at about 45% done. So as you can see, it's just pulling the vinyl into the machine and it's just using this little needle right here to cut it. If I wanted, I could put in like a marker of some sort and I could change on the dial. There's a little dial right here and I could change it to paper or cardstock. And it would just write something on a piece of cardstock for me, like an envelope, or I could make my own birthday card, anything like that. So the reason that I do like to use the Cricut to make my own signs is I don't have to try and find somebody to make the design I want. I don't have to wait for it to ship. It's usually quite a bit cheaper. I go onto Amazon and I order in bulk. So this sign, I think I ordered a 10-pack for maybe $20. Very cheap. If I was to go and have somebody make this sign for me personalized, it would probably cost about $40. And with me making everything and buying all my own stuff, it cost probably about the same, $40. But I also got way extra signs, a lot of extra more stain that I could use, more vinyl, and I could make more signs. So that's why I choose to do it this way, because it's just a lot more it's a lot cheaper, it's fun, and it's a pretty good hobby too. So now that this is done cutting, there's this little blinking button, and I'm just gonna press that and it releases the vinyl. So we